What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Welcome back to Punch Talk, whatever the hell I'm called. What am I called? Punch Code TV. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's having a blessed time. Hope you guys had a great holidays, New Year's, everything. Today, I'll be talking about my pound for pound list, and in the next video that I'll be uploading later today, I'll be talking about what's been going on in the news with Anthony Joshua. Prayers up for the lives that were lost. So let's get into the video. This video, I'll be talking, like I said, about my pound for pound list in the UFC. I do love boxing as well, but I feel like that's so much more, and that's going to be maybe a whole different video, but because there's so much research that needs to go into this. But with my pound for pound list in the UFC, and I would like the biggest disclaimer in the world. This is my list. If you don't like it, I really don't care. It's my list. Find your own list, okay? You can make your own channel, make your own video, you'll be fine. And today on how I'm gonna be rating these people are first off of likability, how many times I've watched any of their fights, whether it was in the moment or afterwards, because there's a couple of these fighters who I was too young, so I would have watched them afterwards or studied them afterwards. Talking off of as well how dominant they were in their reign, what they did for the sport during their reign, and just how much they elevated their division while being champion. So we're going to start off first with the flyweight division, and I don't believe that there is any discussion. It's Demetrius Johnson. It's DJ, the greatest of all time, arguably the actual greatest of all time. He was a monster, and I still believe that if it wasn't like that split decision with Henry Cejudo was very, I think he could have still went on and done crazy things. Even the flyweights now, which I feel like flyweight right now, it's at its peak. I feel like DJ could have beaten them as well. He's just a generational talent, a once-in-a-lifetime talent. And I believe that there's no one like him, and I don't think there's ever be anybody like him. And if you're even able to be second to Demetrius Johnson, who I do have a second best, which I will add everybody their second best. My second best for Demetrius Johnson is easily Alejandro Pantoja, the two greatest of all time. But Demetrius is on a whole other level. I would have loved to see these two fight each other prime for prime, but just a fantasy booking. But that's my for flyweight. He did a lot for flyweight. He's the first champion, the inaugural champion, the longest reigning champion, most title defenses, everything. That amazing jump into the armbar against, I think it was Kyoji Horiguchi, if I'm not wrong. I'll put it up here if I am incorrect. Was just insane. And yeah, maybe didn't draw the most pay-per-views, but everybody wanted to see a DJ fight. And to now, he's getting his flowers, which is what he deserves. And it's unfortunate that only now, when he's gone, is he getting his flowers. But now, next up into the bantamweight division. Now, bantamweight may cause a little some. Because a lot of people will say Dominic Cruz, which I fully get for what he did in WEC, what his long tenure, multiple time champion. But I believe if you're going off of stats, off of general everything, I think it's Merab Dvalishvili, easily, hands down. Fought 4 times in 1 year. Even though he lost that 4th fight, it's okay. He fought 4 times, was very dominant in most of those fights. Long win streak. And genuinely seemed like a monster. Seemed like he was untouchable. And he has the most title defenses. So it's easily him. And I do believe his best friend, Aljamain Sterling, was the second best bantamweight champion of all time. Now, yes, again, like Demetrius Johnson, maybe a lot of people find him boring and whatever. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. His job is not to really be entertaining. His job is to fight and win. And I believe anybody who... if you're able to do what he does to win, I think you'll do it too, even if it's boring. That's just my thoughts on it. But amazing fighter. His fights genuinely are always fun, even if it's just a wrestle fest and it goes to the unanimous decision. It's just amazing. And a 12 fight win streak after 2 losses back to back in his debuts, in his 2 first fights in the UFC. Insane. It was amazing, and I can't wait for him to come back and have his trilogy with Petr Yan, which I do believe he's gonna win. Now featherweight. featherweight, I was going back and forth with it. I'll be honest, because there's a lot of talks for Max Holloway. There was a lot of talks for Alexander Volkanovski. There's lots of talks for a lot of people, and I will also say I don't think I said this in the beginning of this video. I will not go off of losses. I really don't care off of losses. Like, obviously, yes, I can see why maybe some people will diminish a champion's status or a GOAT status because of a loss, but not everybody retires undefeated. Not everybody's gonna, like, sometimes that record doesn't really matter as much as a lot of people make it out to be. In some cases maybe, but not always. It's not really necessary. So that's why this was a little difficult, because maybe some people be like, oh, this guy, but you know what, he actually lost to him, but he lost to him. So if we're just gonna do that, it's gonna be a back and forth until the end of time, and it's not gonna be nice. You're not gonna have a champion. Nobody left the featherweight division undefeated, except what I think was Ilia Topuria is the only one so far who has left it undefeated. Well, so did I think Conor McGregor left it undefeated at featherweight, but didn't defend the title. So it can't be Conor. As much as Conor did bring all the eyes to the featherweight division, it's not Conor McGregor. It will have to be Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo is the greatest featherweight of all time, from the WEC days to now. Even if he didn't speak English and maybe wasn't the most on the mic, he was an entertaining fighter. Always brought the game, even now at his old age, that yeah, he's retired now, but he still brought the game all the time to make sure that you guys don't forget who he is. Had great fights with Max Holloway. Unfortunate losses to Max Holloway, Murad Dvalishvili, Alexander Volkanovski, all these people. But it easily has to be him, and second best would be Alexander Volkanovski. I was very between him and Max Holloway because I really do love Max Holloway. But I think off of stats, it has to be number one, Jose Aldo, number two, Alexander Volkanovski. Even though if he got KO'd by Ilia Topuria, and that KO honestly is not shining. What's the word? It's aging beautifully. Ilia Topuria now a two-weight world champion. Volkanovski got the title back. Like, I don't think you can really have a better loss than that, if you want to say. Now lightweight, honestly, that one and featherweight were the two hardest for me to do, because there's so many great fighters that I loved in the lightweight division that I feel like these champions didn't get a lot of respect. Maybe I could be wrong. You know, I'll be honest, guys. I'm a 2006 kid. I'm almost 20 years old, so it is all off of me learning. So I could be wrong, I could be right. You know, maybe there's some missing information for me, so that's me. So that's on me, guys. I promise you guys to always get as much information as I can, but I don't believe that the likes of Benson Henderson and Anthony Pettis got the respect that I believe they deserve as GOATs in the lightweight divisions. They are very good. The Showtime kick was amazing. Their rivalry was amazing from the UFC days, WEC days. Like, it's a generational thing, I believe. I believe there's like in the lightweight division, it's probably top three best rivalries in the lightweight division. Now, maybe that doesn't say much, but I feel like it is. But going back and forward, and Khabib is up there, but I don't think it's Khabib. I think it easily has to be Islam Makhachev. Maybe sometimes I may not like watching Islam's fight, but he is a great fighter, always brings it. A man dedicated to his craft and to his game and does not allow the fame to get to him. I think Islam Makhachev is number one. Number two really is a throw-up. It could be Khabib. It could be Benson Henderson. It could be Anthony Pettis. It's really all a throw-up to me. I believe all of these fighters were amazing. I would it would have been amazing to see any of them against one another in their primes. But I'm pretty sure I think Khabib fought Pettis. I could be wrong. Now, next up. These next three, simple. Very easy. Welterweight, it's Georges St-Pierre. Georges St-Pierre is the greatest welterweight of all time. Arguably one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time. MMA fighters of all time. Brought it all the time. Only had, 2-3 losses in the UFC. Even came back 7 years later, captured the middleweight championship. He was an amazing fighter, an amazing talent. He didn't need to disrespect his opponents to get any hype behind him. It was amazing. Georges St-Pierre is easily the greatest welterweight of all time. Number two has to be Kamaru Usman. They match. Almost beat Anderson Silva's win streak. was dominant as well. Oh, I'm pretty sure almost beat, or it tied George's win streak or his title defenses. I'm not sure. Easily that. And speaking of Anderson Silva, middleweight is Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva, greatest middleweight of all time. Personally, one of my favorite fighters of all time. Number 2, if not number 1. Man, he was just amazing. In his prime, Silva looked like a monster. Looked like he was fresh off the Matrix. Was ducking and diving. It was sensational. And even now, at his old age of what, like 50? Late 40s, early 50s, he's still putting the beats on boxing. I wish those two, GSP and Silva, would have collided, but it's unfortunate we could have gotten. But yeah, and now light heavyweight. He's not liked by a lot of people, understandably so, but I personally really like him. And he's one of the greatest fighters of all time, if not the greatest fighter of all time. It is Jon Jones. Jon Jones is the best light heavyweight of all time. Like I said, arguably the best fighter of all time. Now, where I said records don't matter in a lot of instances, and it doesn't really matter with him as well, I will still bring up the fact that he is technically still undefeated. I don't care about close wins or that disqualification with a horrible ref. In what was his name? It wasn't Mario Yagasaki. It was like whatever his name was. It's fucking horrible. Against Matt Hamill. No, he's undefeated, 29-0. Had amazing fights with Daniel Cormier, prime for prime. Those were the 2 best fighters of all time. And Daniel Cormier is the 2nd greatest light heavyweight of all time, tied with Alex Pereira, I would say. But I just think DC edges it out a little more, just because DC has a little more wrestling, where I think that's where Alex should also be working on. But always brought it to the cage. Was an amazing fighter. Yes, he had a lot of out of the cage issues, but we're talking about in the cage. I'm not talking about as a human. As a human, he's his own person. It's none of my business. But I'm talking about in the cage. Amazing, always entertaining. A lot of drama to build up fights, but you wanted to watch a Jon Jones fight, and as much as you hated him, you were going to tune in to watch a Jon Jones fight, whether if it's because you wanted to see him get knocked out or you wanted to see him knock somebody out. Amazing fighter. And it's unfortunate he retired. I think he will come back, but one of the greatest of all time. And now, finally, coming up to the heavyweight division. Heavyweight, there's a lot of great heavyweights. You know, Cain Velasquez was probably in one of the primes of the heavyweight divisions. He was a very great fighter, very technical. Even with his loss, Cardio Cain was a mythical fighter in his own right. But I think it's very easily, with the accolades, with all the fights that he's with, not all the fights, but with the title defenses, the accolades, the sheer just like draw that he had, even though if it wasn't as much as a lot of other fighters, it has to be Stipe Miocic. Stipe Miocic, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Always an amazing fighter, and still, even retired as a fighter, he's a firefighter on the side. What an amazing guy. Seems like such a nice dude. But Stipe is such a great fighter. I loved watching his fights. He was always so, like, I don't really know how to say it. Like, he has such nice, great KO power. His fights with Overeem, with Ngannou, Jon Jones, even the ones he's lost with JDS, with Werdum, all these fights were just beautiful, amazing techniques, and you could tell that he was a new breed of heavyweight that you had not seen in a long time. But that's really it. I don't know what much to say. I don't want to ramble on for too long, but that's my list. So if you need a quick recollection, ICA for flyweight, it's Demetrius Johnson. Then it's Merab Dvalishvili for bantamweight. Featherweight is Jose Aldo. Lightweight is Islam Makhachev. Welterweight is George St. Pierre. Middleweight is Anderson Silva. Light heavyweight is Jon Jones. And heavyweight is Stipe Miocic. Man, it's a great. This has been a video that I've been trying to make for a long time. I'm sorry that it took a while for this to come out, but I hope you guys like this video. I'm very excited on this journey with you guys of this new breed of channel of this new types of videos that I've been making. I hope you guys enjoy them. I hope you guys find them nice and find them entertaining. I would love to be your new MMA news, not really MMA news, just a person who talks about MMA and fighting in general. I would love to be your new channel, the new channel that you come to watch all the time. There's so many channels out there. Hopper MMA, Bedtime MMA, TJ Loves Fighting, Lucas Tracy, so many people. And it's just such an amazing thing to talk about. I just love this sport so much, and it's just an amazing thing to talk about. And I love doing this. This is just something so fun to me. But I hope I can be your new channel that you tune into all the time. Hope you guys enjoy. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video coming out later today. Peace, love, and prosperity. Hope you guys had a great holiday. Ciao. What's up, everybody? This is Future Lowai. I was trying to film the video talking about the news of what happened to Anthony Joshua, but I'll be honest, I don't think I'll be able to make this video. It's not really my type of a video to make about sad things, and there's not much I could really talk about that hasn't been spoken about really. I don't feel like it's my place, so I'm going to refrain from posting that video. But I hope you guys still have a great day. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. New videos will hopefully be out at least once or twice a week. And yeah, let me know what y'all think. Ciao.